State Patrol 911.
Please, somebody just broke it out and shot me.
Okay, are you in St. Paul, sir? Okay, let me get you right in there. Hold on one second. Okay, hold on a sec. Okay, they'll be right with you. Hold on one second with me.
911.
Okay, hi, this is the one on in St. Paul. Go ahead, sir.
No, sir. No.
Hello?
No.
Can you tell me where you are?
What?
Take a deep breath.
I'm on 1794 Minnehaha.
Are you east or west?
West.
You're west?
West.
Are you in a house or an apartment?
A house.
What's the problem?
When I was been shot, so I broke into the house. I've been shot.
Wait, you've been shot?
Yes, please.
Okay, stay on the phone with me, okay?
Okay.
What's your name?
Nick?
Nick?
No.
Nick?
Yes.
Stay on the phone with me. Who shot you?
I don't know if broke into that house. No.
Okay, stay on the phone with me, okay? Do not hang up.
No.
April 25th, 2010, St. Paul, Minnesota. A panicked husband, 27-year-old Nicholas Firkus, dials 911, claiming an intruder shot his 25-year-old wife Heidi Firkus and injured him in the leg. While he survives the attack, his wife does not. 65 seconds earlier, she had made her own 911 call to report the intruder, her voice heard for the last time.
State Patrol 911.
Someone's trying to break into my house.
What city are you in, St. Paul?
I'm in St. Paul.
Hang on just a second. What address are you at?
1794.
1794 what?
911, where's your emergency?
Stay with
1794. Minnehaha Avenue.
Minnehaha. Someone's trying west? Somebody's trying to break in her house.
First responders arrive on scene and discover Heidi lifeless, a single gunshot wound ending her young life. Nick, bleeding from a gunshot wound to his leg, is rushed to the hospital. For over a decade, the mystery surrounding Heidi Firkus' 2010 murder has haunted investigators. Her husband insists she was killed during this violent home burglary, but as the years pass and the evidence is re-examined, a chilling possibility emerges. The killer might not have been a stranger at all. Nick and Heidi Firkus meet at a church in St. Paul, Minnesota. She a freshman in high school and he a junior. Their shared faith and community involvement bring them together, and in 2005, when Heidi was 20 and Nick was 22, they get married and begin building their life together. Friends and family describe them as a loving and devoted couple. Heidi was known for her vibrant personality and deep commitment to her faith. But beneath the surface, the couple faced significant financial challenges. Unbeknownst to many, they were struggling with substantial debt and were behind on mortgage payments. This financial strain culminated in the foreclosure of their home, with eviction scheduled for April 26, 2010, the day after Heidi is killed. Police seal off the scene, combing the area for clues and questioning neighbors. Yet no one reported seeing an intruder. Then came a chilling account from a nearby resident, who told officers he had heard a muffled argument, followed by gunshots, and a desperate cry of a voice pleading, "You shot her. You shot me. Please, please, no." After being treated for his injury, Nick met with investigators and recounted his version of events. He claimed he heard someone fiddling with the front doorknob, grabbed his shotgun, woke Heidi, and rushed her downstairs.
Officer McGinn interviewing Nicholas James Firkus. Okay. Is it Nick?
Yes.
Nick, can you tell me exactly what happened?
Yeah. I got up to go to the bathroom or get a glass of water. I heard somebody fiddling with the front door. I woke up Heidi to have her call the police. I grabbed my I grabbed my shotgun out of the closet.
Okay, when you were doing this, where were you when you went to
We were up in our master bedroom.
Okay, when you got the glass of water, were you in the bathroom? Upstairs?
Yes.
Okay, and you could hear the door from the upstairs?
Yes.
Okay. So then go on.
Then we called the police from the closet in case we needed to hide in the closet.
Who called the police?
Heidi did.
Okay. Okay, and then what happened?
And then we decided we were going to run to the garage and just get out of the house.
Okay.
And then we did. And when we got to the bottom of the stairs, the door opened up and Heidi kept going and I turned and got grabbed. We were kind of both holding onto the gun. It went off twice. The second time, I think, is when I was hit.
Okay, and do you know what happened the first time?
Heidi was hit. She wasn't moving.
Heidi was hit, okay. And where did this happen at?
In our entryway, outside the door, like 2 feet from the door. The door opened and the guy grabbed me.
Okay. And when he grabbed you, where was Heidi at the time?
She was running.
Okay, towards?
The back door.
Okay. And then after you were shot?
I don't know.
You don't know what happened?
No, I think they ran.
They?
I think so.
Okay, can you describe who you saw?
All I saw was a guy in a hooded sweatshirt pulled low. Maybe sunglasses on or something. Maybe. I didn't see a whole lot.
Okay, did you see color of skin, complexion?
He might have been black, but I'm not 100% certain.
Okay. And what color was the sweatshirt?
Dark.
Dark? Okay. And what else can you describe from him?
Gloves.
He's wearing gloves.
That's it. That's all I got.
And was he holding anything in his hand?
Well, it sounded like he was fiddling with a door with some sort of tool.
Did you see a tool?
I heard a tool, that's all.
Okay, but did you see?
I didn't see a tool.
Okay. And when you got shot, can you describe when you were wrestling with a gun with him?
I can try. It was stressed. He just came in and I tried to push him away. Just, push him away. And he just got a hold of it. And he was a lot bigger than me, and I turned and started stumbling. And that's when the gun went off, and that's when Heidi fell down. I don't know.
Okay. And
I don't know how I ended up shot.
how big was?
She was a lot bigger than I was, so
Could you guess how tall he was?
over 6 feet, but
6 feet.
I don't know, much taller, I guess.
What about his build?
He was a bigger guy. Not fat though, but just thick.
Okay, and where did he go after?
Back break.
Where?
I think so.
Through the front door?
Yeah, I would assume he didn't come into the house anymore.
Okay. And then we showed up?
Yeah. Right. I tried to help Heidi, but I couldn't help her. She wasn't moving.
Okay, now I got a couple just questions I have to ask when these kind of incidents happen. Did you have any alcohol in your system?
I had a glass of wine at 9 o'clock at night.
9 o'clock at night. Did she have anything to drink?
Same thing.
Same at the night before?
Yeah.
Okay. And you don't remember anything else about the suspect?
Nothing. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Investigators have suspicions from the start.
It seems kind of odd to me that you guys are going to leave your bedroom. There's only one way in, one way out. To go downstairs, then go out to a garage that's not secure. I mean, it just seems a little odd to me.
Well, we were going to get in our car and leave.
Okay.
Was the point.
All right. But...
And we can lock it from the inside. It's
okay.
just a matter of the key part of it doesn't, like, when we stick our keys in, it's really, sometimes it's really rough, but we could have deadbolted and everything in the garage, but the whole point was to get away from the house and get out.
How many ways are there? How many different ways are there to get upstairs to your house?
Just one.
Just one staircase. There's not like a front staircase and a back staircase.
It's just the one.
Just the one staircase. Okay. So what would have prevented you from just sitting at the top of the stairs with the shotgun waiting for them to come upstairs then?
Well, when the last time that when the police came about a year and a half ago, Heidi and I had a conversation about what do we do if something like that happens again. Like, you know, in that case it was the police, but what do we? And that's just the plan that we came up with.
Is to go to the garage.
Is to just get in the car and leave.
Okay.
And just get out of there. Because we knew we could get out of the house and into the garage quickly.
Yeah.
And then bolt it behind us. We knew we could do that. And
Okay.
so, because, you know, part of the reason we had that conversation is because I wasn't quick to act, and it frustrated Heidi.
Yeah.
Not because I was like, oh, what do we do? Do we stay or do we go? And at that time, I didn't have my shotgun with me.
A critical piece of the puzzle emerges when Nick reveals a shocking truth. He and Heidi were drowning in debt, their home already lost to foreclosure, with eviction looming just one day after her death.
How long have you and Heidi been married for?
For 4.5 years.
You guys have any problems or anything like that?
Just the normal stuff, like stresses about finances and quality time and vacations and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But I would say we're still best friends. And
okay.
Very, like, we're having a great time Saturday night.
All right. You guys aren't behind in the bills or anything like
we
that?
We are behind in the bills, which is a little stressful. In fact, we were planning on moving tomorrow.
Moving where?
Well, we hadn't figured that out yet. We were, and this is a hard place for us. We foreclosed on our house.
Okay.
We have to be out by Monday. Tomorrow, one of the reasons I brought the van home was also because it has a trailer hitch. I was going to go back to the office and grab a trailer.
So you had to be out by Monday?
We do out by Monday. This has been kind of a private struggle for us, so we were going to move as much of our stuff into the garage as we possibly could.
Okay.
And then start taking stuff to a storage place and then either crash at. We hadn't ran it by our folks yet, but we were going to kind of talk to everybody about it tomorrow and crash at their place or get a hotel and find a place to live.
Well, that's kind of close notice.
It is, and I think the reason is because we're both kind of dealing with the shame of the whole thing, because we're embarrassed. I think that one of the challenges is that we haven't been able to be honest with our friends about our struggles.
Yeah.
And it's not to discredit our friends or anything like that. It's just we just don't. Both of us are too stubborn to admit that we're failing.
Okay.
Well, so it was really a hard decision. We have a bunch of boxes, and we had a really good plan to efficiently start hauling things out of our house tomorrow. We felt like we could get it done in a day and then Monday morning.
So you and her never mentioned this to either set of parents?
None of our parents or none of our friends.
No one knows about this except you and I?
And Heidi.
And Heidi.
That's right.
Okay.
Could this financial turmoil have been a motive for murder? The disclosure of their dire circumstances cast doubt on his story, but the investigation stalls. Nick provides a police sketch of the supposed intruder, but it yields no leads. Meanwhile, as questions about Heidi's death linger unanswered, Nick's life takes an unexpected turn. Just 2 years after the tragedy, he remarries, starting a new chapter with 27-year-old Rachel Sanchez, leaving behind a trail of unanswered questions and growing suspicions. 5 years later, in 2015, a potential breakthrough surfaces, a tip identifying the man in Nick's sketch. But the hope for answers quickly fades when police discover the suspect had been behind bars at the time of Heidi's murder. The case goes cold once again, leaving Heidi's family in agonizing limbo. Then, In 2019, a fresh pair of eyes takes over. Sergeant Nicole Sipes, determined to uncover the truth, begins combing through the evidence with the FBI's assistance. What she found was unsettling. The financial troubles Nick had admitted to were riddled with deeper inconsistencies, painting a picture of secrets and deception. But the most damning revelations came from Nick's now ex-wife, Rachel. She confesses that she had left Nick after discovering his alarming pattern of financial deceit, eerily similar to his behavior with Heidi. Then a bombshell. Rachel hands over a recorded conversation with Nick about their hidden financial struggles, providing investigators with a critical piece of evidence that turns the case on its head. In the recording you hear, "Your actions have caused me to just distrust you completely, and the fact that your lying was so easy for you to do in front of me over and over and over makes me think," Rachel said on the recording. "That I could murder my wife?" Nick responded. "That you could lie about something," Rachel answered. "That I could murder my wife?" Nick repeated. "Yes," Rachel finally admitted on the recording. Nicholas Firkus's financial troubles become evident when examining publicly available records. Using a subscription-based service like truthfinder.com, which provides access to public records, we uncovered information about his background, including possible contact details and location history. At first glance, the records depicted a man with a seemingly clean past, but a closer look revealed signs of financial distress that would later play a key role in understanding the events surrounding Heidi Firkus's tragic death. Truthfinder allows users, including journalists and researchers, to quickly access detailed public records. With a paid subscription, anyone can conduct background checks, verify information, or uncover hidden details about the individuals. This tool helped shed light on the financial issues that were quietly looming in Nick's life, issues investigators would later link to the motive behind the case. If you're watching this episode of Law and Crime Investigates, you can get 50% off your first confidential background report at truthfinder.com/LCinvestigates. Find the link in the description below. On May 19, 2021, Nick Firkus is arrested and charged with second-degree murder of his former wife Heidi. A grand jury later indicts him on first and second-degree murder charges, first-degree premeditated murder, and second-degree intentional murder. This dual-charging approach is a common prosecutorial strategy designed to increase the likelihood of a conviction. Then, nearly 2 years later, in February 2023, Nick's trial begins. Prosecutors argue that Nick staged the burglary as a desperate attempt to cover up his financial failures. They contended that Nick feared being exposed as a failure and chose to kill Heidi rather than face the shame. They reconstruct the crime scene for the jury. According to Nick, he and Heidi came downstairs together, with Heidi in front. He claimed the door opened, leading to a confrontation with the alleged intruder in the tight space near the door. However, there are several inconsistencies in his story. For example, the area near the door contained a table cluttered with items, including candlesticks, a stainless steel water bottle, and even a receipt. None of these objects were disturbed, despite Nick's claim of a struggle with an intruder. This detail was pivotal. How could such a physical altercation, involving a long gun between two parties, take place without knocking anything over? The prosecution proposes that Nick had already been downstairs when the events unfolded. They theorized that he called out to Heidi, telling her there was a burglar, which causes Heidi to come downstairs and call 911. It's then that Nick stops behind her and shoots her in the back. Meanwhile, Nick's defense attorneys argue that he had no motive to harm Heidi and maintain there was evidence of an actual intruder. They claim Heidi was aware of the foreclosure, so there wouldn't be a reason to kill her, and insisted that tool marks on the door supported Nick's burglary story. At his sentencing on April 13, 2023, Nick maintained his innocence, telling the court, "I do maintain and will maintain to my dying breath my innocence of this crime." The judge sentences him to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Nick has since appealed his conviction. He continues to proclaim his innocence, but for investigators and Heidi's loved ones, the verdict marks the end of a long and harrowing journey. After years of uncertainty and unanswered questions, they believe justice has finally been delivered, ensuring Heidi's story will not be forgotten.